Hey guys, MC Mora here, and today we're gonna talk about something that is very difficult: how to play Street Fighter 6 and not get angry, get frustrated, get sad, because this game is known for making people upset. I swear, even the most chill people I know get upset when playing Street Fighter 6 sometimes. And you go on Twitter or any Discord, and there are a ton of people who are like, "Oh my god, I lost 100 MR today," and everyone crashes out every once in a while. There are no saints between us. We all get angry playing this game, but I do think there are some things that if you adjust about your mentality, you could end up having a little bit more fun with Street Fighter 6 and perhaps not crash out as much. And today I'm gonna share with you some of the things that I have started implementing to not get annoyed, not get angry as much as I used to prior, even though mostly I'm not super angry typically playing fighting games. I think the number one issue when you're playing a fighting game online is that you don't know what is going on the other side of the internet, right? And especially with Street Fighter 6, a game that could be a little bit gambly and there is the MR system, your mind could be creating scenarios. Like, I'm fighting against this guy in rank and he's jumping, he's doing stupid stuff, and like, oh my god, and you start creating all of these scenarios in your head, and that will tilt you. But the truth is, you don't know what's going on the other end. You can't read the vibe of the room. I notice that most of the time when people are playing with voice chats, when they're playing with friends, when you're playing with locals, people generally don't get as angry. They don't get as emotional. The issue is when you're playing on the internet, you don't know who your opponent is. Maybe it's a guy that is completely stoned. Maybe it's a guy and his wife is swearing at him. Maybe there are like a couple of, maybe you're playing a dog on a piano. Maybe there is a party over there. You have no idea what's going on, but you still do get angry all the same. So I think the first thing is don't take it personally, right? Don't assume a mindset or a mentality from the opponent. And I feel like this is huge in this game, because Street Fighter 6 is a game where committal actions can be very rewarding. We even saw, like, at high level, Evo and against Blaz, one of the greatest players of all time, and Akuma wakes up heavy kick. Like, in any context, if you did this and you were going on against one of the Street Fighter 6 streamers, you are getting called names. They're gonna call you scrubs, they're gonna call you branded, they're gonna call you bots. You know it, you know how toxic these sort of things can get. You're getting called all of that if you did that wake up heavy kick. Street Fighter 6 is the type of game where hard reads or hard callouts can be absurdly rewarding, so people will go for them. If you're playing against someone and you don't know them, you don't know what's going on, and you take that personally, you are like, this brain-dead asshole, look at what he did. You are going on a downhill spiral. Like, you're losing 100 MR because that Akuma will come with a standing heavy kick. So forget about it. Don't look into things too much. Don't think about it too much, and just move on. So that's my first advice, right? Don't assume stuff, right? Don't take stuff personally, and don't assume stuff, and don't assume stuff about your opponent. Just do you. It doesn't matter, right? So that's the first thing. The second one, and this is important, this game is swingy, especially with the MR system. Some days you cannot lose. There is like, you literally cannot lose no matter how bad you're playing. And some days you cannot win despite how good you are playing. That just happens. That just happens. Street Fighter 6 is a game about how confident in the game you are. You can take decisions, and they may be the dumbest decisions known to man, but if you're confident in them and your execution is on point, they could work out for your favor. So what I'm saying is, some days you will go on losing streaks, you will lose like the 50, 100 MR, whatever. That is normal. That happens to everyone. Everyone loses in Street Fighter 6. right? I'm not saying this as an attack on Street Fighter 6 because I know some will take it that way, but this is just the game. The game, unfortunately, as it stands right now, is not super stable. You will have guys that will just win Capcom Cup and then the next tournament they will drown on pool. Mena didn't make it very far in Evo Japan. It just happens. Like, that is the game. That is the nature of it. So if you're getting throw looped, or if you sometimes you're just not guessing right, that is a game. Maybe the opponent is going for a block string, you went for a parry. If you got the perfect parry, you back throws him in the corner and now you win. If you didn't get the perfect parry, none of that happens, you're still in the corner and you get throw looped, right? So it's like it's a game where very small variables can have huge ramifications. So don't let it get into your head. Commit to an option and don't think about it. Don't think about it too much. Don't linger on what happened, right? I did something, it worked out, it didn't work out, that's fine. I think this is a type of game where what is defined as a mistake is something that we have to revise. When you're on defense and you decided to wake up with an EX uppercut, I don't think in Street Fighter 6, I don't think that's a mistake. If it happened to get blocked, you just made a guess, it didn't work out in your favor. Yes, there are safer options, there is hierarchy to what you should be doing, but sometimes it's just not gonna work out. So don't dwell on it, is what I'm trying to say. There are mistakes like not anti-airing, that's a mistake. Not checking a forward dash, that's a mistake. Not going for an optimal combo that could have killed, that's a mistake. But going for executive decisions and them not working in your favor, that is not a mistake. So don't think about it too much. Do what you want. If it happened to work out, great. If it didn't, well, that's the game, and just move on. I think mental in general and your confidence is by far the biggest things that could carry you in Street Fighter 6. And finally, if the game is getting overbearing, if you're visually getting upset, if you're fuming, take a break. This is 100% one of these games that if you're tilted, you are getting annihilated. And you can typically spot when you got tilted, by the way. Look back at your replays and you will see that you're not playing like your typical self. And this game also is very draining. So my biggest advice when trying to play this game, playing on rank or whatever, play 1 hour max of rank. Assuming that you're getting consistent matches and all, play just for an hour. The longer that you play, the less you're about to be able to be focused, like the less focus you will have, so you will get jumped in on because you're starting to get tired, maybe you'll not react to drive rush, and then you will lose, and that can carry bad ramifications. So this is a game where you need to be clear. If you're too tired, if you're just coming home from work and you're too tired and it's just you're super exhausted, don't play Street Fighter 6. This is not the game to play when your day is bad or when you're tired. This is a game that needs you to be on, it needs you to be awake. So playing this while you're already exhausted, while you're already beaten, that is a recipe for disaster. And yeah, that's about it. It's honestly all about your mental, to be honest, and where you are and how you approach the game. If you do what I do, I can't say for sure that you're never gonna be upset, but you're probably gonna be upset way less. And that's about it. What are your thoughts on everything I've been talking about? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? I would love to hear your thoughts all about it in the comment section below. I will be leaving a link to the Patreon, Discord, Twitter, and Twitch pages in the description. Thank you so much for watching and stay safe.